Hey guys, got some more magic cards here today. It's going on my walk. It's raining today. There were some trees that got uprooted. There was a really big tree. It looked like it would block the path, but it kind of was in a valley. This tree got caught on the sides, so I walked under it. So whatever path you're on, it may look like there's an obstacle, but you're unobstructed. You're unobstructed. There's no blockage. You're good to go. And even if it's storming out, the weather won't affect you. You can keep going. Okay, what we got here today? It's thundering. Cuboid colony. It's chaotic in the midst of the swarm. Was it storm? In the storm. It's storming right now. It's chaotic in the midst of the storm. Only when you step back does the pattern emerge. So you gotta know how to zoom in, zoom out. So we live in a fractal. Figure out what level you're on. You can always zoom in, zoom out to where you need to be. Keep on running. And keep dancing. Choreographer. Keep dancing. Never stop. Arissa and her troop of turtles are a staple of Summit Fest's daytime celebrations. It's a celebration, guys. Celebrate. Even if there's a storm, celebrate. Germination practicum. This is your lesson to keep on growing. Keep on growing. Every turn. Every turn, you keep going. You keep ascending. Visionaries dance. Like we said, keep on dancing and hold that vision. You're visionary. Choreography powers the spell, but improvisation shapes it. Oracle's restoration. You are restored. Through the archaic. I keep reading that wrong. Through, I keep saying through. You're going through a gate. You're going through a portal. Through a door. Though the archaic had ravaged Titan's grave and stolen Jadzi from safety, her compassion soothed its frenzy. Be the compassion in the world that soothes the frenzy. Wisdom of the ages. You have the wisdom of the ages within you. If you take time to listen, the archaics will tell you that this world has been torn asunder and remade many times before. You can remake your world at any moment. You have that wisdom. You have that internal knowing. Efflorescence. Wherever your foot falls, life blossoms in its wake. You're so powerful that wherever you go, your footsteps are literally causing growth. That growth, that life force energy is just emanating from you. You just gotta remember. And if you know, keep knowing. Keep going, keep growing. Diary of dreams. We make art, art makes us. Keep making art, and you are the art. And you are the art. That's awesome. Glimpse of nature. In the acorn, find the oak. In the cub, find the pride king. In all living things, great or small, find not what they are, but what they can become. Boom! Be that pride king. Find out what you can become. You know? It's not who are you but pure awareness? You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. But you get to experience those. And you can choose to live in a way that you could choose you can choose to live in a way that is pure joy, even in the storm. And what's the storm do? It rains down. All the nature grows. There are old trees that need to be knocked down. They're knocked down. Like on the path here, I had a tree that was knocked down. Even if you're in a storm in your life right now, Keep dancing. You're art. You are art in God's eyes. Geometer's arthropod. And you're ancient like a fossil. And you know what's up. You just have to remember. Creatures that have survived blood-soaked millennia should not be underestimated. You should not be underestimated. There's an animal out there going crazy. Grapple with death. You've died so many times, but no matter how many times you get back up, you're stronger. They say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But it's not until you die that you integrate those lessons. Not until Lewin watched Professor Fell in action did he truly understand just how closely life and death were intertwined. Don't fear the Reaper. Light and darkness intertwined. Light and shadow. You are a spectacular sky whale. Look at that. You're huge. Whales are huge, and you are huge. In spirit. No one can stop you. No one can stop you. Only you. No one can touch you. 'Cause you're royal. Royal treatment. You're gonna get that royal treatment. If you haven't been getting it, you're gonna get it real soon. Treat yourself as a royal. You are royal. Embrace the paradox. That's how you balance that light with the darkness. They seem at odds with each other. You have to embrace the paradox. That they are two parts of the whole. Okay. Stopped raining enough for me to continue my walk. Let's see if I can pull cards from my pocket while I'm walking. If there are any redos, those are confirmation. How to shuffle. How to shuffle with one hand in my pocket. Alright, what do we got here? Mindful Biomancer. I sometimes think I've learned more from the smallest things, from the smallest beings, than from all my professors combined. Yeah. Not only do we find beauty in the small things, we find knowledge, lessons, wisdom in the small things, the small creatures. I've seen so many little baby blue butterflies on this walk. and I love them. I saw a little baby squirrel on this walk too, and I love them. All right, elemental mascot. Speaking of little guys, there's a little birdie. It soars in the presence of true beauty. I just said, find the beauty in the small things. There you go. But like I said earlier, you gotta embrace the paradox, because those small things are as big as you make them. They're as small as you make them. And that is to say, those small things are huge if you want them to be. If they bring you joy, if it brings you joy, it's huge. It's huge. If it brings you joy, massive. Like that whale. Visionary stance. Yeah, you gotta dance with it. See that blue and that red. Mix those together, and then you can really start dancing. Oh, like I said, embrace the paradox. Embrace the paradox. Can you combine the two? Can you combine the two? Left, right? Okay, Lightning McQueen, sometimes you gotta turn right to turn left. Or is it left to turn right? Leave a comment if you can remember. Cars 1. One of the best films ever made. Life is a highway. But yeah, once you learn how to turn right to turn left, or vice versa, then you're really gonna be drifting. Then you're really gonna be drifting through life. Boom. There's that whale. Yeah, maybe they're not so shuffled. Maybe they don't need to be. Yeah, grapple with death. Okay, yeah, let me shuffle these a little more. Maybe I should have put the discard pile in my other pocket. Dance again. Just a reminder. If you forgot, hold on. Yeah. So like I was saying, royal treatment. You're royal. Sit on your throne. Sit on your throne, monarch. You are a monarch. There you are. This is your territory. You oversee it. You know life's a fractal, and you can zoom out and overlook. You can overlook it from your higher self, your higher vantage point. I just saw a cardinal. Let me zoom in on it. There he goes. That's that elemental mascot. See if I can pull it out. I was trying to pull it out. We got spirit mascot. Spirit mascot. It's an ox. Unflagging, unafraid, and undaunted. And that's Yeah, that's spirit. That's to have that fiery spirit. You're undaunted. You're dauntless. Practiced scrollsmith. You've mastered your craft and you're just happy. You're so excited about it. You live in that joy. You live with joy knowing that you're doing exactly what you want to do. Every weapon has a story. Let me tell you this one's. You are God's weapon. And God wants to tell the story of you. Growth curve. There's no force stronger or more daunting than that of exponential growth. But you're dauntless. So you're growing exponentially because you are dauntless. You are the stirring honor-mancer. Speak as though the world will be a better place after your words are in it. Yeah. God is telling you. I want to hear what you have to say. The world will be better with your words in it. Yeah, so write that book. I want to read it. Write that poem. Record that message. I want to know your story. I think we're about through all the cards. I'm looking at them. What else is there to say? What else is there to say, really? Yeah, there's not much else to say other than be that joy. Be the joy. Be happy. Let yourself be happy. Choose happiness in any storm. In any storm. If life is truly endless, if it never ends, might as well have fun. Have fun. Confirmation burp. I keep getting trapped in these cycles of, not cycles, but the doubt keeps creeping up, fear keeps creeping up, and it's just like, oh, have I healed enough? Yeah, we'll talk about the cycle of being stuck in a loop of healing. You are healed. You don't have to stay in the healing loop. If it's time to be in the healing loop again, you can always come back. But we are in a fractal. You can zoom out, you can zoom in, you can go over here, you can go over there. So choose the happy place. Choose the joy. Have fun. Have fun. If you're able to have fun, you're good to go. If you are struggling to find that joy, then my advice is to remember your inner child. Remember what used to light you up. For me, I grew up watching anime. I grew up playing video games. I think I was more open to singing and dancing and just letting loose. You know, I wasn't so worried about how I was going to be perceived. To let myself be heard, to let myself be seen. Recently, I watched a movie from my childhood. I watched Hot Wheels World Race. And it's awesome. That did a lot for me. It was just as awesome as I remembered. So if you're struggling to find joy right now, try to remember what you liked in your childhood. Tend to your inner child. And if you do know how to find joy, the message is choose that. Choose that. They want you to grow. They want you to grow up. They want you to do this and that, but it's not. It's filled with nothing but worry. You know. There's so much worry. It's like you can just choose joy. I don't know. I'm kind of like at a loss for words because I'm just in that joy right now. So I'm like, I don't even comprehend that darkness right now. I'm not in that darkness right now. So I've been there, so I do understand it. But right now I feel great. I was feeling, I was feeling some kind of under the weather yesterday, but, oh, it's raining. I keep getting self-conscious, like, I'm too slow, I'm taking too long to think about what to say, but I'll pause it, put my phone in my pocket. About like 5 seconds later, I'm like, oh, I got it. I think sometimes, you just take a little break, and you can get right back on that horse. Yeah, in music, it wouldn't be much without the pause. It wouldn't be much without the pause. If you've ever learned musical notation, the notes they draw signify how long the note should be and how long the rest should be. And the length of those notes can only make sense if there is a pause between each one. There is that short, brief pause between each note, and that's what makes each note its own frequency, its own note. So in the musical score of your life, where can you incorporate some rests to make those notes shine, to highlight those notes, to define those notes, those frequencies? Where you get to write the score, the musical score. You are art. Remember? You are art. Let's see if I can pull it. Dang it. Oh, blue butterfly. Hold on. Dang it, I lost it. Never stop looking for the magic. Just appreciate it when it's there. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Go boom to negativity. Oh, you want to be negative? Nonsense. Nonsense. Be that joy. Be that joy. Be that joy. Keep your vibes high. Keep your vibration high. Yeah. I go back over my channels, my channels from Spirit, and I look back and I'm like, I feel like I'm trying really hard, and I feel kind of sad, you know, or gloomy maybe. And what I want to say about that is, those moments are okay. Don't mistake them for the truth of who you are at the core. I'm not a sad guy at the core. I'm happy. I'm joy. That sadness is a release. The sadness is confusion. Is I forgot I'm joy. And it's good, and it's important to release. You know, let go. Let the emotions flow through you. And remember, what kills you makes you stronger. Even what kills you makes you stronger. So, no matter how many times I die, I rise up like the phoenix. Boom. Have some whimsical moments in your life. Now I'm just yapping. Because I'm happy and I'm not afraid to let it out. I find when I am sad or in a lower vibration, I struggle to sing. I struggle to even hum. Confirmation burp. Yeah, humming. You can feel that vibration through your body. It's a very helpful tool. Humming. Sing if you can. Dance. Move your body. And all that stuff will help you with the flow. If you're getting sad and kind of condensed, a big density, and you need to cry, that's okay. It's just a buildup. If we live in flow, we can avoid the buildup. But it's not always about avoiding the buildup. Sometimes it's just a big storm. Sometimes it's a big storm. So no matter how big a dam you have built to direct the flow of water, there just may be a storm big enough to flood it anyways. And when it floods, you just gotta swim good. You gotta ride the wave. You just gotta ride the wave. That's right. The storm's not forever. The storm's not forever. Ride the wave. Sometimes it's like it's not even you. You just, it's not even you. Like, you wouldn't blame a storm just absolutely raining on you, you're drenched. You wouldn't blame that on yourself, right? Are you in control of the weather? Maybe. I don't. I would like to see that if you are. You might be a mutant. Might be storm. But anyways, storms happen. It's not like, it's just up. They happen. They just happen. So just gotta ride the wave. Let the storm pass. And don't identify when you're feeling blue, when you're feeling down. Just know that that's not the whole thing. That's not the whole story. That's not your whole story. Remember the red, the up, passion, the fire, the joy. And you'll never be defeated. No matter how many times you die, you will never be defeated. All right, I think that was a good yap. Thanks for listening. If anything resonated for you, please leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And I love you. And have a good day. Have a good night, whatever time of day it is. I'm so proud of you.